What's happening, guys? Silent Mike, Super Training Gym, Mark Wells Powercast here, answering more questions on Instagram. What's the best powerlifting program for someone who's been lifting for 2 years? There is no best, there is no optimal, there is no what you should be doing. There's a little bit of what you shouldn't be doing. But find a program you enjoy mentally, find one that works for you physically, and give it like a good 2 months, maybe even 3 months before you switch around. Something like Jim Wendler's 531. There's a bunch of things on the internet. Just Google it. Or hire a coach if you're really lost. That's one of probably the best investments you guys can do. Hire an online coach. Hire an in-person coach. Someone with a lot of experience. A couple credentials. They'll help you out. My favorite candy. I don't know, man. This guy says his favorite candy is a 2-pound Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup is one of my favorite candies, but 2 pound is a little too much. What are your thoughts on power building? Power building's fine, man. Basically just power building or any kind of lifting now, since people are more educated, turns into lifting in different rep ranges or using all rep ranges throughout your workouts, your weeks, your months, however you want to periodize it. And I guess that's what power building is in terms of you do some hypertrophy work in terms of 10 sets of 10 to 15, also strength work, sets of 1 to 5, and everything in between. I think it's good to train all sets, all reps. What do you recommend for losing weight for powerlifters without losing too much strength? Basically what you need to do is scale everything back slowly. So don't all of a sudden go low carb and start jogging or running 6-7 days a week and change how you train. Keep your training pretty much the same. I like to track my food, so if you start to track your food and slowly just take away maybe 100-200 calories a day, once you plateau there, maybe add cardio in once or twice a week. Once you plateau, then take another 100-200 calories away a day. Once you plateau there, then you're going 3 or 4 times cardio a week till you reach your goals, kind of scaling it like that. I think that's the best way to keep strength. It's also the best way to maintain that body weight once you get to your goal. Xbox or PS4, I have an Xbox One. Is lower back pain while benching a sign you're arching too much, or is that normal? It could be a sign that you're pushing your mobility a little too much. It also could just be a sign that you're tired and sore from deadlifting and squatting. Kind of depends. If it actually hurts, I probably would change it. If it's just uncomfortable or you kind of get some cramps, maybe you could lift through. Where do people get knowledge of lifting go to learn? Where do people with no knowledge of lifting go to learn? There's so much information. Well, right here is a very good place to start, my friend. Also, supertraining.tv, Mark Bell's Powercast can help you out. Supertraining 06 YouTube channel. My boy Brandon Campbell has a great YouTube channel. Omar, my homie Omar, has a great YouTube channel. There's a bunch of YouTube channels with guys trying to help you out, send information. Those are just a couple that are friends of mine that I think put out really good content. There's also websites that put out articles daily. Just start reading, man. Greg Knuckles has a great website. I don't know what it's called, but just Google Greg Knuckles. He puts out a lot of good info. Is breaking PRs in the gym every week a viable way of training? Breaking PRs in the gym every week would be fucking awesome, but at some point that's going to stall for everybody, regardless of genetics and drugs and food, and sometime that's going to stall. So I guess live it up while you're doing it now, but how do you increase stamina endurance? It depends on exact stamina endurance you're trying to do, but it'll be similar to training. If you're trying to get really good at running the mile, some days you should run 2 miles. Some days you should run half a mile a couple times. Some days you should run a mile at a good pace. Some days you should run a mile as fast as you can. It's kind of just periodizing and working around, building up a foundation, building up a top end, and then getting better at the sport in between. Have I ever messed with banded squats or deadlifts? Yes, I've done banded squats or deadlifts many times. Brown rice or white rice? I like white rice. Tips for your first meet. There's too many tips to give, but basically open light. Try to have some fun and try to network. Meet some cool people. There's always cool people at powerlifting meets. Here's another. How much weight does the full bore slingshot take off at the bottom? I'd say like 15%. You can kind of maybe 15 to 20 off the bottom, but it'll overload maybe 10 to 15%. Where's your favorite place to buy hot wings? My favorite wings right now are this Sports Bar just down the street. It's not a chain or anything, but they have hella good wings. Exercises to grow a bigger back. The basics, man. Barbell rows, T-bar rows, dumbbell rows. Chin-ups, wide grip, close grip, and then also pull down, wide grip, close grip. No secrets, man. Just a bunch of sets, bunch of reps. Do it 2 or 3 times a week. Best way to overcome a 6-month bench plateau is to do something you currently aren't doing. So if you're benching twice a week, try benching 3 times a week. If you're benching once a week, try benching twice a week. If you're not doing accessories, add in accessories. Hit your shoulders, tries, and back. If you're hitting too much accessories, maybe back down on them a little bit. Machines versus free weights, what's better? Who's to say what's better? It depends on your goals and depends on your needs. I prefer free weights. I think free weights are a little more versatile, obviously. But if you have injuries or if you have a certain goal, machines can be great. Can I grow a full beard? Probably not. It's a little sketch. But you live with what you got, man. Are you and Mark Bell coming to the UK to carry out seminars? I don't know if we're coming to the UK. It would be cool, and maybe it'll happen one day, but nothing's in the works right now. Is it wise to squat long-term ass to grass? If your mobility and strength allow it and it doesn't hurt, then sure. Some people, I think, just can't because of how their hips are made and their knees are made. They can't get ass to grass, so maybe it's not so good for them, but if it's fine for you, it's fine for you. Do you see any benefits from guys like Pat Mendes squatting 600 pounds every day, and if so, would one build a program around it? You must recognize that Pat Mendes is a top-level weightlifter, and squatting is an accessory for him. So for you guys, if you're a power lifter or a bodybuilder, it would be like doing chin-ups every day, doing a set of 20 chin-ups every day. That's kind of what it is to him. So yes, I see a lot of benefits and merit in what he is doing. There's also some merit for squatting every day for a power lifter, but I did a whole video on that topic, and it is probably on my channel right now. Is your YouTube personality different than your real one? If so, why and how did you go about developing your YouTube personality? Long story, short story. Long story, I kind of went to an art school for high school and even like junior high and stuff, so I did a lot of acting. Looking back on it, it's fucking awesome. At the time, I kind of hated it, but I've been in tons of plays and musicals and had makeup on and all that type of shit. Dressed up like a lady and a knight and all that. So I think that definitely helps me be a little more comfortable in front of the camera and I guess put on a character of types. But what I would say is who you see on the camera is me 100%. Often it's just highly caffeinated and turned up a couple levels. Obviously, I'm like everybody else. I have times where I'm more energetic, less energetic. I have times where I'm more talkative. I have times where I just want to be alone and lay on the couch. That's often. But for the camera or for YouTube or for the podcast, basically, I just try to turn up my personality because you have to entertain and you have to put something out, right? A podcast with nobody talking would be boring, or if there's 3 hosts and only one person's talking, that's boring, or if it's a Q&A right now and I have long pauses or talk all boring, or what is the best way to bench press, that'd be fucking boring. So my energy does get turned up a little bit, and that's but that's 100% who I am. I have that energy a lot of times when I'm in the gym or messing around with friends. That's how it goes. That's it for this one, guys. Like that bitch, subscribe to that bitch, share that bitch. Thanks for all the support. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks.
Let's go! Up, 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 up!